And 1 year ago today, the world was turned upside down.
Good morning, America. What a night, what a campaign. The experts said he couldn't do it. His critics said he wasn't qualified. But Donald J. Trump proved them all wrong.
This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for. And I'm sorry that we did not win this election for the values we share and the vision we hold for our country.
This is the most incredible political feat I have seen in my lifetime. Donald Trump heard a voice out in this country that no one else heard. He turned politics on its head.
Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division. Have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people. It's time.
The peaceful transition of power is one of the hallmarks of our democracy. And over the next few months, we are going to show that to the world. We are now all rooting for his success in uniting and leading the country.
Well, the outcome confounded most of pollsters, but not the Professor of International Relations at Carleton University in Ottawa, Elliot Tepper, who predicted Donald Trump's ascent to power.
I suggested that he could win, despite all the disbelief, perhaps on both sides of the Atlantic, because he had the change card. He still embodied the only option for change. Whoever won the Republican primary had an excellent chance of becoming the next president after 8 years of the Democrats in power, and he clearly had a remarkable capacity to connect to audiences, plus he had a popularity as a TV star. So it was my job, I think, to tell everybody, you'd better pay attention to him. He could win.
Yeah, why do you think so few people entertained that notion, that they were so sure that Hillary Clinton would win, that they couldn't see that?
There's more than one reason. First of all, he was such an improbable candidate. No one could take seriously this reality TV star with zero experience in politics, who had really no campaign staff of any normal type, who was spending almost no money. He was considered widely on both sides of the Atlantic that he was a buffoon and he was just trying his luck. He was a businessman trying to build his brand by entering politics. After all, he had started life as a politician with a birtherism conspiracy theory, which was considered widely quite despicable, discrediting Obama. The second reason were the polls, the same as in Brexit. All the polls showed that there was no way he could win, and indeed his own campaign didn't think he was going to win until he did.
And 1 year on, if there was a vote again today, do you think he would win still?
Well, I think it's, again, my duty to report that he absolutely could. Not that he absolutely would or will. He has historically low, as you well know, popularity ratings for any president in modern times at this stage of a presidency. One poll had him as low as 35% popular support, and right now his disapproval ratings as of tonight were very close to 60%. However, if you take a look, and this is what isn't recognized widely enough, among Republicans, he has a rock-solid hold on the Republican vote. This is an overlapping category of Trump supporters and traditional Republican supporters. He was at 81%. The most recent poll tonight by CNN had him at 86% support among Republican voters. So he certainly has a chance. He's up in at least 16 states in popularity over anybody else. I mean, there is no other candidate at the minute. Would they add up to the requisite 270 electoral votes? It's not impossible.
What would it take, do you think, to dent his popularity among those fervent supporters that you talk about?
Everyone's asking that question, starting with the Democrats. They just had a very good night, as you know, last night in the elections across America, starting in Virginia, but also in New Jersey and a lot of local elections. So it looks like the Democrats are starting to recover from their shock of 1 year ago. But that does not, contrary to the reports, constitute a wave or certainty that they will win. What will it take? It's very difficult to say, because the faith in him really seems to rest not in delivering on campaign promises or indeed all the normal indicators of support. That is you're going to make jobs, the economy's going well, but it was going well under Obama. The stock market's gone way up, not a big surprise. He is deregulating. So I think a couple of things. One is we underestimate the degree to which the base feels he is delivering. That is, the Republican ascendancy, not only both houses and the presidency, but most of the governorships across America, some of them, all the houses, both houses as well as the leadership, have been Republican. He is delivering for them in ways that is not widely appreciated. The deregulation that's going on, the thinning of the line between religion and politics, which is going on, the delivery to the evangelicals of what they wanted, which is widely shared not just in the evangelicals but across the Republican base. A lot of the Republican ascendancy is content that so far he is delivering. He's talking tough in terms of foreign policy, trying to stare down China and North Korea and so forth, so standing tough. He is moving on immigration. This, again, is widely out of sight, but the security forces, basically, broadly defined in America, are acting against immigrants. The immigration ban on Muslims has been disavowed by court after court, but it still is seen symbolically as important. The Republican base is widely content, apparently, so far, with what is being delivered.
That's Elliot Tepper there, who's Professor of International Relations at Carleton University in Ottawa.